Good afternoon, everyone. Please be advised this meeting will be recorded and posted on the Council's YouTube channel. Can all those speaking ensure you switch off your microphone before addressing the meeting? And remember to switch it off when you have finished speaking. This is our Cabinet meeting of Wednesday, the 5th of February. Item 1, apologies for absence.
Councillors Highland, Cara and Lucow, Chair.
Thank you. Item 2, any urgent business? And Rachel Taggart-Ryan. Item 2, any urgent?
It may be late.
Okay.
Councillor Jackie Smith, yeah.
Thank you. Item 2, I don't see any urgent business. Item 3, any declarations under interest. Does any member have any personal or financial interest to declare or any items on the agenda? Don't see any. Thank you. We'll now move on to item 4, the Royal Borough of Greenwich Co-op Commission. This is to agree the Commission's report and its recommendation, and to agree the use of funding from Section 106 carbon offset funding to support the delivery of the recommendations under the carbon energy stream of work. It was presented to Overview and Scrutiny Committee on the 30th of January and had no comments for the Cabinet on this item. I'll hand over to the Cabinet Member for Health, Adult Social Care and the Borough Sanctuary to introduce the item. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So today before you we have our long-awaited year's worth of work from the Co-operative Commission, Together for Greenwich, Cooperation for the Future. I guess want to start firstly with a huge thanks to all the officers and members that have taken part, and also thank you to Roisin in particular, who I can say thank you directly to for her work as she's when she first started. Has been there from day one, kind of driving this through. So a huge thank you for her support. Ultimately, the report before you today is about bringing forward the recommendations from the Co-op Commission that we formed. So our commission was chaired by Lord Bassam, and we had both members, officers, and local and external experts that came together to talk about how we can respond and embed kind of cooperative ways of working within the council. So this is focused very much on responding to both Mission 14, we're focused on the voluntary community and socially motivated sectors in Greenwich, and Mission 1 on focus on people's health and supporting them to live their best lives. The Commission brings forward, worked across 3 strands. So one was on cooperative startup and business, another in social care, and the third in community energy. And as the leader mentioned, part of the kind of suggestions that have been proposed, put forward, is to take £1 million worth of carbon offset Section 106 to invest in establishing a community energy fund. I think there's a lot. We have a long history of cooperation within Greenwich, kind of one of the highest number of Labour and cooperative councils elected at previous elections, and a long history dating back, I think, to the 1700s, 1800s, with the establishment of very early co-ops in the Woolwich Arsenal. So I think today is very much about building on that history and demonstrating how both we as a council and working in partnership will kind of choose to leverage and use cooperative ways of working to support our community energy sector, our social care sector, and also to kind of develop more co-ops in the area, which we've kind of benefited from for many years. And I think just the final point is when we started the Commission, the national context was very different and it has changed significantly in that time. We now have a Labour government that has made a commitment to double the mutual and cooperative economy. And so it really feels, and with the introduction of GB Energy, it feels like this Commission and the recommendations are coming at a really key time that we can support the government in the delivery of their missions. So I would recommend this report to the panel. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And do we have any comments from the rest of the panel in terms of different streams of work and how we are going to implement these recommendations? Any further comments? No? Okay. Well, I'll just thank you for your work on this, as well as our officers in the room today. This has been a long-standing commitment of this administration to bring forward, so it's nice to see the Co-op Commission finalise its work and give us recommendations on what we can do to support the various streams of recommendations in the report. So I think this is a good cabinet where we're delivering on what we set out to do. And make sure that we can further deliver for our communities. But more importantly, we have such a history of co-ops in Greenwich as a borough. And I think this work builds on that history. Now, I believe you are working to put together a conference around co-ops in partnership with the Co-op Innovation Network of Councillors. Would you just speak to the Cabinet about that briefly?
So we have basically been in conversations with CCIN, which is the Cooperative Council Innovation Network, and bid to kind of host their conference, which will be taking place in Woolwich on the 12th and the 13th of February. So do register. It'll be a great event. And I think for us, it's also a way of, I guess, kind of convening the other councils, committed to cooperative ways of working and bringing them to Greenwich. And I believe officers are working on a walking tour as well, which will be something to look forward to. I think our very own Pippa will be guiding people of the cooperative kind of landmarks in our area and our history. So, and we'll be showcasing the results of this. So yeah, it feels like and it will be taking place in Woolwich Works, so just a stone's throw from here. So yeah, lots to celebrate, and yeah, huge kind of thank you to everyone that's been involved in bringing it forward.
Thank you very much. All right, I think that's all in this item. Are members happy to agree to decisions as outlined in section 1.1 to 1.2? If you are, please raise your hand. Thank you very much. That concludes the meeting. Just to remind you that the next Cabinet meeting is on the 17th of February. Thank you.